In the last video, we connected our NodeJs application with the MongoDB Atlas server. Now it's time to deploy our NodeJs application on a Heroku server. For that, we have to install the first Heroku CLI on our local system. Let me go on a browser where I have the Heroku CLI official page. I will put the link of this Heroku CLI page on the description so you can follow the step of your relevant operating system. Here you can find the installation process of macOS, Windows and Ubuntu. Mine is Ubuntu based operating system. So let me copy this code and paste it on a terminal. It will install the Heroku CLI on my local system. It will take some time to install the Heroku CLI on the local system. So please wait while installing the Heroku CLI on your system. It is installed on my local system. To perform the second step, we have to find out our Node version first. So let me find out my Node version first with help of node-v. Okay, it's giving an error, then maybe the command is node-version. My node version is 8.x. We have to specify this node version on the package.json file. There is field called engines. In the engines field, we will specify our node version so the Heroku server can find it. Now, let me check first the Heroku installation. I will launch my local server with the help of Heroku. Using Heroku local web, we will launch our local server on the browser. So let me launch it first, then test it. I already created a route API to test the local server. In the route API, we are printing the hello world. Let me show you on the browser. Here you can see the hello world string. I wrote that hello world string on the index.js file. If someone will hit the root API, then it will be print. So our Heroku CLI is perfectly working. Now we have to do the third step. So for the third step, we have to create a .gitignore file to specify that do not push the node module on the Heroku server. So using this, we will prevent the pushing our node module on the Heroku server. Now it's time to do the fourth step. Now it's time to log in a Heroku account. Hit the command Heroku login, then it will launch the Heroku login page on the browser. Provide your credential over here. Let me first provide my credential, then I will log in on the Heroku account. It will give an acknowledgement on a terminal that we successfully log in on the Heroku account. In the fifth step, we will create an empty Git repository on this folder. Hit the command git init, then it will create an empty Git repository on this folder. If we check git remote -v, then we will find that there is no remote server associated with this folder. Using Heroku create, we will connect this empty Git repository with the Heroku project. If we check again git remote -v, then we will find that our Git repository is now connected with Heroku remote server. So our fifth step is completed. It's time to push the code on the Heroku server. For the pushing the code on the Heroku server, hit the command git push Heroku master. Similarly, we push the code on the GitHub server. Now, if we push the code, then we are getting an error because we didn't add all the file on our local Git repository. Let me add all the file on the local Git repository using git add dot. It will add all the file on the local Git repository. Then we have to commit the changes. Hit the command git commit -m and pass your message for the commit. then it will commit all the changes on the local Git repository. After that, we will again perform the git push Heroku master to push the code on the Heroku remote server. It will take time to push the code on the Heroku server because first it will build, then deploy on the Heroku server. Our Node.js application is successfully deployed on the Heroku. We can test all the endpoints which we created on this project using this URL. But I will use the Heroku CLI command to launch the URL using the terminal. Hit the command Heroku open and it will launch this URL on the web browser. We are getting an error over here. Let me debug this first. While debugging, I get to know that our MongoDB Atlas server not whitelisted yet the Heroku server. We had to do whitelisting of this Heroku server. But I will put the link how to whitelist a Heroku server on a MongoDB Atlas on the description. In this video, I will focus to deploy the Node.js application successfully on the Heroku. So what I will do that I will just comment out the MongoDB code on this project. Then again we had to add all the changes, then perform the commit. Then we will again push all the changes on the Heroku remote server. Then again with help of Heroku login, we will launch the server. And you can see that we are getting again the error. Let me again debug the code. This time the error is because the port. Because after the deploying the Node.js application on the Heroku server, Heroku will provide dynamically port to his application. So let me use the process.environment.port to get the port number dynamically on the Heroku. With help of this, Heroku will assign our Node.js application to dynamic port. Now let's add all the changes and again perform the commit. Then again we will push the code on the Heroku server. This time it will work fine. Let me go on a browser and refresh the page. After refreshing the page, you can see that the hello world is printed. Now our Node.js application is successfully deployed on the Heroku server and it's working fine. So if you find this video interesting, please like it and also subscribe this channel to motivate me. Thank you and happy coding.